I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Date December 30th. We're having troubles with our computers. Not sure what's going on, but we'll go ahead and move on. Board minutes from December 23rd.
All motion to accept board minutes from December 23rd, 2025.
I'll second it.
Then you're up to call a minute? Or are you guys in a meeting? I can come back. Want me to come back?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You seconded, sorry, I didn't. Any public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll head into correspondence. This first one's from Matthew Alberg, and it's on the upcoming registration deadlines for TLN webinars. He's a tribal transportation program manager. I don't think we have any of that here, do we?
Well, I was looking at that and it looks like they have,
Like road stuff?
one for snowplow maintenance. Is this the same thing as last year when it's an online thing and we asked Paul if he would
Make sure
Yeah.
make sure that,
they did it and got certified in it or whatever they gave you. Yeah.
it's just, well, I can't really ask him if is there any classes in here that he thinks they might. Is there any in here that you think they might wanna look at or have
I was looking
a
at
refresher
that.
course? Did you wanna see it?
You guys should look through there. There's some that probably should be, especially with the new guys we have. Just, if we said we keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know, try to get everybody as much. You see anything in there?
That snowplow, more or less just by watching it, it's probably what they're talking about to keep the road off.
January 7th.
And I could help them if they need to come up here. Use a computer.
And that's the only one I seen. Maybe we should put this on. Paul won't be here today, something. Anyway, maybe we should put this on next week and
Okay.
he should look into it.
See if he can get there's any.
Well, what day is the meeting? It's the 7th, or is it just kind of an online?
Yeah,
Never
those are
did
just
do it.
online.
It's an online.
Yeah, and there are deadlines to register.
Probably gonna be too
Yeah.
late.
What do you think scheduling toolbox?
Probably the second, I would guess.
Making your toolbox neat and tight.
Maybe a toolbox safety meeting, I don't know. Maybe all your tailgate safety meeting here in the morning and stuff, maybe I don't know.
Right, the next one's from Ruby Kirkert. It's on the P-Bird Skate Park update, just giving us an update, what's going on and everything. They got Phillipsburg Theater, one of the January 17th. Just giving us a little update, what stuff's coming up.
So it's up and running, right?
And so,
Yeah, that's good. She sent a bunch of pictures.
And the next one's on, from Elena on request for Riddick Field records prior to 2024. They're all in the office in Kirkland Recorder. You can come in and get that stuff. Things we told the other Jack and Justine, all of them.
And
Okay, so what you're saying is that she wants this, then she can come into the clerk and recorder's office and request it. It's not up to us to get this for her. passed.
Well, we just
It'll be on
can't
the
put
website.
all that stuff on the website either, or it'll just bog the. We can't put all the information on the website,
Slow our broadband down.
slow it down, so. What's on there is on there. And come in and get the rest.
Sounds good to me. The next one's from Princeton Planning and Project Management on a public notice of a proposed open cut operation. This is the expansion of the Fred Burr gravel pit on McDonald Lane. It must be just making that bigger and reopening it, ain't it, Paul?
I think it sounded like, yeah, they're just expanding it. Probably.
I think they already brought something in, we signed off on it. That's it on correspondence.
So on this, is this just something that they have to show us that they
Yeah.
have applied, that they're gonna expand it, okay?
Correct.
Elena has a comment.
Go ahead on correspondence. Did it go through? Is it working?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, Elena Gagliano. For the record,
With our
I'm
computer.
calling. I'm sorry.
Elena.
Yeah,
Elena?
thank you.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
having troubles with our computer. I just want to give you a heads up.
Oh, I believe the letter was written to everybody, and I believe, here's my letter, let me just say, all those things are missing. And, well, what the letter says, I would like these items or documents no later than January 5th. And that's in writing, okay? And if there's a reason why you can't, then I want it also in writing, a letter that you can't, and the reason. Not just turn it over to clerk and recorder. If you look, it was copied to everyone, okay? And that information was asked for several times before at the public hearings for the airfield. And you even said, we don't have answers. I hope that you have the answers no later than the next public hearing. And so therefore, I would like you to answer it in writing. Either way. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go into public comment. Any public comment?
Was Wayne gonna be on Zoom with it?
So I have pinned on this question with wanting things on the website, and I don't think, and like you saying that, okay, it takes up broadband to try to put everything on there. That's why it's filed in the clerk and recorder's office for past years. And I think that the commission can set a policy to keep a year's worth of stuff on the website. And if they need anything prior, there's also the minutes that are archived that are on the website. They can look at those minutes at any time. But as far as documents, file documents prior to 2024, they need to look in the clerk and recorder's office. So I guess visit with the county attorney, and maybe then we'll get a letter stating what policy is. Does that need to maybe be on the agenda next week?
Yeah, because Blaine will be back, right?
He'll be on Zoom, so
Oh, on Zoom next
he'll be
week.
on Zoom next week.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff. Yeah. Can't hear ya.
It's Elena now.
Oh, I think Justine.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello, can you hear me?
yep.
Okay, thank you. From what I can gather, from Blanche, which she said, I know she was the clerk and recorder. We've come a long time since then, and everything has to be electronically filed. And for a few years now, we've been transferring things to the electronic file. And that's where they're supposed to be. No more paper files. And that information should be available to everybody, even the commissioners. So when you sit looking at your tablet, that was provided also by the taxpayer to all three of you. You can quickly go in and find the information, the recordings, the minutes, the resolutions, and it'll all be right there in front of you. No problem. That's the whole point of electronic e-filing of everything. And this should have been done a long time ago. It's still in the process, and it should already be online, even the old website. Thank you.
Justine? Good morning. Go ahead.
Oh, we should call her. We should call her.
Okay. So it is allowing, it wouldn't let me unmute, but now it does. Okay, I'll hang up.
All right. Sorry, it said something that the host wouldn't allow me to unmute, but it looks like that's resolved. So is there anybody there in attendance?
Nope.
Okay, it's just us online. So there were some questions about the and this is also what Elena's talking about. There were some outstanding questions that the commissioners were trying to get answered from the airport board. Have you been able to get those questions answered? And will you advise the public before that public meeting of what it is that is on the table for decision?
Yes. But we haven't got nothing back. We've been waiting on a response back, Justine.
Did you give them a deadline to provide the documentation or the answers to the questions? I certainly think that that's something that's within your authority to do.
Yeah, we want information back before, next week.
I would say the sooner the better. That way you know exactly what you're working with and what it is that you're going to be voting on. And the sooner that you can advise the public what it is that you're going to be voting on. But it's been weeks. I mean, that last public meeting was what, the 16th? I don't know. I think that you guys have the authority to demand answers and get them in writing as well as get them when you need them. But that's my opinion on that. The other thing is that I did rewrite one of the paragraphs. I only just sent it to Miranda, and this is what we talked about last week, which was there were a couple of paragraphs in the meeting minutes from the December 16 meeting that did not accurately reflect reality. And what I did do is I provided the original draft, I provided the transcript, and I provided a rewritten paragraph. And I'm really at a loss because it really did not reflect reality. So I definitely, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what's happening in that meeting minutes writing process. I think there's more than one person involved in it. Um, but I'm definitely concerned about the accuracy of the meeting minutes. And that is, if you have any comment on that, great, but that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Now, go ahead, Derek.
Camera's gotta be on.
You gotta have your camera on, Derek.
Yeah, I'm trying here. I'm not very good at this whole Zoom stuff.
Me neither.
Ariel?
Hey, morning. Nope, now we can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. It was saying the
Oh,
host would not allow me to unmute myself. Um so a couple of questions. I watched the recording from last week. It sounded like there was discussion of voting on the airport decision before the public meeting on the 7th. Is that what I gathered from that?
No, we'll be voting on it at the 7 o'clock public meeting.
At the meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely came across the other way. Let's see. So there was a question on the letter that I sent last week requesting information. That was for the reciprocal transfer with Granite or with Mineral County. And that has somewhat been resolved. I got the reciprocal transfer paperwork that we gave back to Mineral County, the reciprocal entitlement transfer. Got that paperwork from Miranda. However, have still not seen any documentation on the actual grant once it was accepted. So the acceptance paperwork, as well as the closeout paperwork, any paperwork other than a letter saying, hey, you got it. So just wanted to find out if there was any progress on that, on locating that paperwork. I also understand that there may be a Google Drive with airport documents on it that we don't have access to. Does
Okay, are you
anybody know
talking
anything
now?
about the
Are
Google
you-
Drive?
Derek, are you
Yep.
talking about the grant to do the study of the airport?
Well, I would love to see the paperwork on that too, because we're being told that, hey, we might have to pay back money or this, that, and the other. Now, from what I've found is that on the planning grants, you're not required to do anything.
no,
It's a plan. You don't have to do it.
No, that was just to get it done because the money was out there and we got it and looked at it. We're not expanding it. That was just to get it done. On the other grant, which one?
On the Beacon grant.
Okay, the Beacon grant, that should be in the clerk recorders. You couldn't find that?
We've yet to be able to locate that.
Okay, because I know that the clerk and recorder gave the application for the grant to the county planner to review. And I'm thinking she also has the actual grant. It should be a file in the clerk and recorder's office.
Okay.
Cause I remember it coming through, it's here.
So when was the last time that you were requesting this?
I mean, I came and spoke to Miranda about it yesterday.
And I'm doing some digging when I can, but
So did you go over to the clerk and recorder's office? You're looking for the grant, you're looking for the grant for the beacon. Did you go over to the clerk and recorder's office? To see if they had it?
No, because I was told that they probably didn't have it.
Well, anything,
But, okay.
anything concerning the county has to be filed in the clerk and recorder's office.
Sure.
So it should be in
Okay.
there, and if Linda has it,
I mean, this has been one of those documents that's been asked for since the initial meeting.
Right.
Is can we look at the grant? So it's kind of frustrating that it hasn't, here we are, a month after, and we're, anyway, okay. I will come back up and try and figure that out.
okay. Blanche is editing it right now.
Blanche is over there right now.
and I'll do some more digging.
Yeah, so there's that. There's the closeout documentation. There's the now apparently that grant, I've spoken with the Montana Aeronautics Division, and they've said that there are not any assurances, paperwork that went with that grant, that they've started doing that since, or it's coming. So it doesn't appear that there's maybe a financial, other than without it being a listed airport, we may not be eligible for federal money for the, say, repaving of the runway. But
for the repaving of it, correct. Yeah, the repaving, we'd have to figure out something different. Because if you took that, other than that's expanding and turning it over pretty much, and then you'd have to meet all the specs and everything.
Yeah, and I keep hearing that there's no expansion and that, that kind of thing, but we do have plans to tear down hangars and, create taxiways and lease more land. And, so there's, anyway, I don't want to beat a dead horse on this. I think you guys, one of my main things was making sure that the vote was going to be at the public meeting and not before, because that's how it came across in the last meeting, as well as, trying to find as much paperwork as possible to figure out, because that's one of the main questions is there going to be some sort of financial liability if we didn't turn the beacon on? And I don't know that we've got those answers as of yet. So I'd imagine you guys are still waiting on a lot of these answers too. I think another question would be, and I think this was brought up last week, but I'd like to see the airport board, that they're doing a Zoom meeting. It would be very simple to have them record those meetings, because the minutes are very sparse compared to what is discussed there. So anyway.
Thanks. Blanche.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you, Derek, that I am right here looking at the application for the grant and the award letter.
Right. So we have those
was
two,
in
but where is the actual, where there should be I'm trying to remember what it's called. There's a document signed by the county attorney, and there should be a letter of acceptance, or not a letter of acceptance, it's on the tip of my tongue, that the commissioners would sign saying, hey, we accept this grant. There should be that, because we have the application.
To them to get, sorry, it should have been, when we signed it, it had to go back to them, and then it should have came back to us.
Sure. So I've actually got a FOIA request in with them for any information on this grant, since it's been tough to locate. So back to that Google Drive that I think Donovan Jones has set up for airport documents. Is that something that's been addressed?
But we are looking into that on, you talking about the Gmail account?
Yep. Yep.
Yep, we're looking into that right now.
Okay. I mean, hopefully that's where these documents are, you know. So we can get all the facts. So
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
all right, thank you.
Go ahead. How are you?
This is Elena Gagliano again for the record. I think I heard Derek correctly about the information that he wanted. And perhaps the word he was looking for is the budget. Because once it's accepted, what is the total amount? And there has to be a designated amount for each, what they're spending it on. And that's the document. That's what we're looking for. Documents, not I think or I believe we did this, the documents. And whether the clerk and recorder has them or the airport doesn't have them, you're the commissioners and you should provide them or have that information as to where we can find them, not the clerk and recorder's office. Again, that's the whole reason for e-filing. And the money that the county, we, the taxpayer, paid to have everything electronically filed for our own protection and the county's protection. These are documents. And I believe, Commissioner Adler, you didn't want the study commission to have a meeting in the office because of all those documents, paper files, which a lot you can't find right now. And if they were all electronically filed, where the public has access to it, we would be able to find them, including the three of you. And don't say thank you. I want an answer. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're moving on to the weekly report with Road and Bridge Superintendent. Paul won't be here today, medical.
You talked to him all last week or?
I talked to him about that roller, and he thinks we should probably get rid of it. It won't quit vibrating, it just stays on, and then if there's something wrong with the bearing in there, if we put that and that back, or we could do them both at one time, just put them out for bid.
Yeah.
And then.
So is she saying?
I moved on, cause I mean, we're waiting for
10 minutes, whatever.
We're talking about salt.
Here's the thing, and Elena, Sarah's gonna call you and explain the electronically filed documents that she had done, that the county paid for, were filed and recorded documents that went into her system. Anything that is filed with the airport board or any other board coming in is hard copy. She does not put it through her filing system. It's kept hard copy, and she's going to give you a call and explain that.
Thanks. Anyway, we're back on the road now, so.
Okay.
Talking about putting the roller up for bid too, from the county.
That battle, and what I seen last week, if they were sanding and a lot of sand. They cut some more trees out of the way, there's trees down there everywhere. I went and cut some down Bear Drops there, it's just a bit, yeah.
So it looks like we're supposed to be pretty nice weather again for the next week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe they start blading some of these roads that are
Yeah,
rolled out.
it's not growth, so. I guess we'll pass it on to them and see what their plan is, but they can start hitting some of these ruts that we got now. Kinda like springtime.
I know, it's like March.
And some of these potholes are starting to really pop up. Other than that, that's about all I know. They were.
Did he ever figure out about the cold patch? Did you get hold of Knife River like you
He was
were?
gonna get back with it, and I haven't heard something. They were putting a new wiring system in, cold patcher, cause it's something. Anyway, but they got it back going.
Oh, the Durapatcher?
Other than that, that's about all I have on road and bridge. You guys have anything?
Nope.
Well, we'll jump into the solid waste. We got the report from them. I wasn't quite sure on Todd's, daily time things that, the walk arounds, if we needed a fire extinguisher. I thought them guys came around and checked them anyway. And if he needs an extra one, I mean, I'm sure the hardware store, you could get one there to put in that.
Yeah.
That's. That's about all I have on solid waste. And they did show up Saturday around 11 o'clock. He said to there's having.
Yeah.
Big pile of sand and Caterpillar was coming out to put in that other new wire on a new backhoe. And then I talked to Rick White about putting that foam in there. Or the stuff so we don't get flat tires.
Oh,
Fill the tires so Rick was gonna get back, and I haven't heard back from him either. I mentioned to Fred that we need to maybe get some seat covers or something for that new backhoe so we don't
yeah,
trash all that. Try to keep it clean.
nice.
Yeah. They brought up about them bathrooms. I suppose we better look into seeing we got the wells drilled and that for them bathrooms, and now we need to go ahead and maybe I'll talk to a couple of contractors or talk to Paul and see if he has anything left on, if he talked to a couple of people about that, but
Bathroom for where,
there's solid waste place.
for the dump, for the Drummond.
Both.
I thought there was a bathroom.
No, they're still using the porta potties.
Oh, I thought they had a bathroom at the Peaburg Solid Waste.
I didn't think they got it done. I didn't think they finished it. Guess better ask, cause
It
he
looked like a bathroom to me when I saw it. There was a toilet and a sink in there.
must have got finished then.
That's been quite a while ago.
I think it's
Drummond
Drummond
was running the one that.
was the one that, yeah, for him. That was Todd was asking us about keeping the porta potty out there
For customers,
or getting
yeah,
rid of it here last week. So they do have one at Peaburg site.
Well, they could probably get rid of it if they have one that they wanna let the public use.
because he didn't want public using kids.
I just didn't think it was finished the whole way. Must be. Oh, absolutely, that's all on solid waste. Didn't get John's day things, but he was on vacation too, so
Oh, it's
so walk around still. Alrighty, well, we'll go into the dam tenders report. 6428.20, 15.6. Gain some more.
What were we last week, like 16?
16.32.
Gained almost a whole inch.
Yeah,
So it's coming.
and we're still at 10, right?
Yeah. A motion to stay at 10 CFS.
I'll second that.
Public comment? Is none, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried back. It's 10. How thick is the ice up there, do you know, Paul?
A friend of mine went up yesterday or Saturday or something to hunt and for to fish and. Cause there's like 6 inches, so there's probably like, 3 to 4 inches of just that slush ice and then another 3 or so clear. One of the basketball kids, they went to East Fork, it was like, there's only like 1.5 inches on East Fork. Ooh. Pretty, he goes, yeah, he goes, we got off the ice pretty quick. No.
I know up at the lower level, could that one go in, why?
Open?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're 50 degrees, not getting very cold at night, they kind of start breaking up again.
Do you remember signing anything for the beacon?
I thought we did, but I don't.
I remember I just saw something come through claims like January. That was only right after I started. That was the only time I seen anything for the beacon.
He brought that in, we signed, cause he brought it in, what he said, and then he had to take it back to them.
So we didn't get a copy of it.
After he had a concern, is what I'm saying. Cause we can't.
Could Blaine possibly have it?
Why, but he.
Well, does he have to sign anything like that?
No, it should have just been through the airport, and Donovan is acting chairperson. The way I understood that when, I tried to, I never got nothing back from Donovan either, but I forgot he was on vacation. That's just some of the questions, that we're trying to figure out, I mean, when we're getting told that we have the authority, I know we have the authority, but you can only try so much. I don't know how you, when they're not here and not trying to get to him, we all want it. I mean, we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs too. That,
Derek said.
is this on the dam tenders report, Eric?
I'm the one that brought up the other thing.
No. Commissioner McClure asked a question about the beacon, Derek Campbell, sorry, about what paperwork there should be, I'm looking at the administrative rules from the aeronautics division that she sent me. There should be a signed grant agreement that includes signed approval of the sponsor's attorney and an official notice to proceed.
That's what.
So there should be both those documents. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just,
see, Derek.
oh, sorry. Okay, here I am. There we go.
Hey, that's what we're looking for and trying to get this figured out. We've left calls in to Donovan too.
And emails and.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, at the airport board meeting, he said, well, I'm missing out on my real job, so I don't really have time to do all this stuff. So when we were asking for stuff, and anyway,
Okay.
So
All right.
we'll see. Yeah.
Thanks.
See what he comes up with. But like I said, I put in a FOIA request for this information. And any information basically for the past 10 years between the aeronautics division and the airport. So trying to fill in these gaps. So thanks.
Thanks, Eric.
So on that situation, you should be able to look at the file for the airport,
I've got.
and we do have a file
Oh, yeah.
here for the
Oh,
airport.
Yep.
And
That's
what, for
a minimum amount.
the years and years, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And then anything that the board brings in to the clerk and recorder's office is like their minutes and their agendas is filed in the clerk and recorder's office.
Those get emailed to me for the website, and then.
So on your
there.
file, your airport file, is it like this thick? Or do
They
you
they
have,
have a whole drawer.
That was a great thing.
has anybody, have you handed the file to anybody to actually look at?
Derek and I sat down a little bit yesterday with some of this, questions that he had. I think I found some of what he's looking for, but not all of it yet. Pertaining to the grant, like I have the closeout package. I don't know if that's it.
So the problem that we're having is we're missing documents that should have been. Make copies made of when that application or grant thing application was signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm checking these e-files, I'm checking emails, and then the hard files that I have. When I have time to dig into
Right.
this too, so,
Right.
but I do have a list of what they've been asking.
Well, if we ask the people
Okay.
that the grant came from, can't they give us a
They
copy
should
of
be
it?
able to give us, yeah, it's
Can't
finding
we
the
just quit
signed,
trying to look through all that and just go
Right.
directly to them and get it, if we can't get
Yeah.
it through Donovan?
Well, and then that right there, that information that I had in here a few minutes ago is where you could get it from Sarah.
Why don't we get that and get the info and just bypass
Yeah.
Donovan for right
Yeah.
now? So
Well, I
we're
think we need to.
blind.
I think we need to.
yeah,
We don't have to make a motion, I mean, this is just information for us that we have to have.
That we should have had already.
Or should have had. So
yeah, it's not
I
very.
think the person should go right directly off of that, what Blanche just said, and just go straight to
To
them,
them.
quit screwing with all that
Yeah.
other.
And another thing too is Linda Bach was looking at the application to see if there was anything in it that said if we didn't use the beacon, we had to pay it back. She said it would have to have been in the application that if you don't use the beacon, you have to give the money back. He was looking at that application. I think maybe she's on vacation or something, or is she in her office?
She
She was gonna look at
came on
that
yesterday.
a couple weeks ago when I talked with her.
Yeah,
See, and that stuff we could actually get right directly from them too and have it in front of us and we can look at it. I mean, we're missing papers somewhere.
yeah,
Derek, we're kinda on it.
We got 14
Yeah, I know you're on dam tenders, but we keep talking about that.
Damn airport.
I know. Damn something.
Did you hear us saying that we're just gonna go directly through and just get the info so we have it in front of us?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. I will say, so the person I spoke to in the grant division at the Montana Aeronautics, or the Aeronautics Division, did not seem to feel that we were probably required to actually utilize the beacon. And the reason is they didn't have any type of, there were no type of assurances. Like you had to complete the project. But she actually sent me the administrative rules regarding the grant and basically what the terms and conditions of successful applicants, et cetera. And from what I can tell in there, there's nothing in there about, hey, if you don't turn your beacon on, we're going to make you give the money back. And I know that that's been a claim by the airport board that, which helps further their cause of getting it turned on, is I'm sure the commissioners don't want to have to pay back a bunch of money, but if that's, I think getting to the bottom of whether that's the case or not is very important. So.
Thank you. I guess that'd be the plan, just to get that and have, or I'm gonna email and just get that sent right back over, so we can have it on the agenda for next Tuesday for sure, so we have it before the meeting. That's what I'm worried, it's only 2 weeks away, we're getting down a week, yeah. We don't have nothing. Yeah.
So on another note, I called that, Brandon, what was his last name?
Elrose.
We're up at Red Lodge last week after the meeting for the parking,
Red Lion.
or Red
Red
Lion, I
Lion,
mean,
yes.
sorry.
I gotta keep reading her down. I'm scrolling.
Red Lion, yeah, but about that parking, I told them that, you know, they were gonna. I'll have to get a hold of, I told them I'd get a hold of Cameron and stuff too, cause there might be issues. I mean, I don't know why they can't buy a $15 permit or something like that, but.
Paul has information on that too, cause he did mention about, he got a whole bunch of calls on the Red Lion and
Yeah,
that people could park along the road, no, cause we'll hit them with plows.
Right.
We should make sure and put that on his agenda next Tuesday, so he can give us that update.
so, and I was just kinda telling them, like, well, what I do first to get this going is get a letter all signed by you guys and send it in here. We'll get you on the agenda. It'll probably be towards the end of January before we have an opening for it, but. They seem
Cameron
pretty,
ever
they
get
seem
with
pretty
ya?
fine with that, huh?
Did Cameron ever get back?
I haven't got, with Christmas and stuff, I didn't get a hold of them
Yeah,
yet.
it's kind of. Cause they, you know, they went through this once before and I can't remember what, maybe they changed their.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Cameron there for some of the information I got to just double check to. So you guys wanna give you a heads up that will
It's
be coming up.
Yeah,
to
the
talk
Paul said he
about.
had a whole bunch of calls when he was on vacation, so why'd you answer? Just kidding.
And then, yeah, I mean, yeah. At least look into it, see what's,
Better put it on the agenda, so make sure we don't let it get.
yeah, I think I
I wrote-
Miranda wrote it down somewhere, it was towards the end of January, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I did.
And I think we better, it's coming,
Yeah.
especially if we get weather.
Then I had another guy call the other day from up there and they were, yeah, well, like, well, just, yeah, get the letter into us and we'll go from there. Get
Yeah, I
it
mean, they gotta
started.
do the.
And he was pretty good. He's like, well, we probably have to deal with some hotheads, but you know, for the most part, we're trying to be good. We know you can't solve it overnight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So. Just to give you a heads up on that.
You know, we got some few minutes now. We have the claims in front of us for on the TCS. Guess we're kind of waiting to see if they're coming in. We're just trying to make sure that everything's getting done and we're getting closer and closer. So we haven't heard nothing on the trial date or nothing on electrical, you know, if that's all done.
Inspection.
Inspection.
Talked to Mike there, cause he wanted to get paid last week, and I said, well, it'll be this week, cause we got questions, we need them to be answered before we're signing the check. And then I talked to Ryan, but he's laid off, so now we can deal with Mike.
Who's laid off?
Ryan, the guy that was doing all the work.
Oh,
So. It'll be kind of hectic, cause there's a bunch of questions that we had for him, you know, that's the one we dealt with, it's kind of.
Well, he was gonna get back to us, let us know when we're doing all the walkthrough with the Otis and whoever for the elevator.
Yeah, no, we don't, we're starting over.
Yeah.
so is this the final payments? Are these the final payments?
So,
No, still a little more.
we're getting right down to the very end. One's on the.
Okay.
It's on the application 21 and 22 ones. One for 61 and one's for 25, comes to 86,000. But there was questions, we're all, you know, we kind of wondered,
So on this one, the 25, I see it here. Does that leave a balance of 74? Is that 658? That what that is? There's the,
Yeah.
so that's on this one. And then on the 61,000. Leaving a balance of 12. So. Do we have a balance?
See, that's where we was wondering what was going on, cause see, they had it all scribbled out, we weren't quite sure what was going on.
So who would have scribbled that out? Who's in
Who's
it?
MPC?
This is something Sarah caught the 1%. They had it for more and Sarah caught it. It was supposed to be for less. But I don't know who MPC is. Michael Cleveland?
Well, could be.
See, there's just little stuff that, I mean, we're getting down that we don't.
Okay, I see where they had 616.30 and it was actually 1%, 617.99.
Yeah, it is at the percentage. on it.
Yeah.
So then that's through the other pay,
Yeah.
cause they took that percentage
Mhm.
off. But there was questions like Paul had, not the Paul, we were asking about that oldest and we were told first part of December, I was thinking it was gonna be run.
Yeah, or at least it's in December sometime we're gonna be.
Now they're in January, we don't know nothing. Slate signed it, and they must agree with the pay, so
Mhm. Yeah, cause it came from them.
still, whether they sign or not, it's still our baby, and we're trying to figure out what's left and what's actually, and what's.
Yeah.
He told me he was gonna come in, I was pretty sure he said that.
Yeah.
He needed his check.
Mhm. Yeah, he told me he had a meeting at 9 in Hall, but we'll try to make it here by 10.
We always skip ahead. He shows up.
His Blaine had a couple comments, there was some stuff that needed to be fixed too, but I can't.
Mhm. Yeah, I think he had emailed them before he left on his trip, so, or the architects anyway.
Hey Terry, hey Paul, how are you? Not bad, how about you? Good.
Hey, Terry.
Hi, Brenda.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Michael's running a little late, so I'm kind of jumping in to help here, so
Cool.
That's fine.
so forgive me if I don't know everything. I've been kind of on the periphery on this project, but I'm getting up to speed.
All right.
We'll wait a few minutes for him.
Yeah. Another holiday.
It's pretty good. How about yours?
I was sick the whole time.
Ah, that sucks. That totally sucks. Are you on the mend?
Feeling better now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine, but like Christmas Day and then the day after it was. I
Yeah.
just laid in bed and slept.
Oh, we got a comment, sorry.
Yeah, I see that.
Sorry, Justine, go ahead. I was reading this.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
so I was just thinking while we were waiting, this TCS, this is the elevator project, is that right?
Correct.
And then, what's the total for this project and how is it being funded?
Do it. The total at 1.4,
We're going something.
1.461. That was the original contract, and then there's been some change orders and stuff, I think we're up to like 1.5.
Yeah, about 1.5.
Because they got into, the building's so old, they got into And then, yeah, there was more involved in it, and they could see through the walls. It was pretty easy saying it that way, you know?
Right, yeah, yeah.
And we've had money saved for it, and then we took out a pill.
And then ARPA funds.
Yeah, ARPA funds, thanks.
Can only see your forehead, Justin. Thank you. Much better.
Did that answer your question?
Did she know?
No, we can't hear you. I don't know what's
Okay,
going on.
yeah, I was muted by the host.
I don't know why
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
we're having problems with our stuff today. I don't know what. But go ahead.
You answered the questions. Thank you.
Thank you. We're just waiting until Mike gets it, Mike.
Need a magnifying glass to see some of this stuff.
Tends to get worse every year.
Well, I was just looking when you take the 61, 180, 62 and the 25, 715. It doesn't come up to the 86, 395, 32 that's in the net change thing. Is that supposed to be those two added together?
I could take a
They made corrections. Was that supposed to be carried down?
I'll have to double check when Michael gets here. I wasn't involved on the
Okay.
financial side, yeah.
See, I think that's what you asked last week too, for the disconnect, so. That's what you
Yeah.
trying to figure out what,
Yeah,
I mean, we know we got payment now, but we got questions on everything too.
yeah.
Can you tell what the line, what that amount is right there?
61, 182, 31.
182, 31.
Yeah, I see it on this, the main one bunch. It's the research procedure, but yeah, still. It's all.
We took the kids to Seattle and watched the Seahawks and the Rams games.
Oh, yeah?
It was their first, like, in Wells had been wanting to go really bad.
Yeah.
So, and they had really good seats right behind on the end zone.
Yeah.
For the overtime plays were going, like, I mean, you could not ask for a better game. It was so loud.
Like that.
I couldn't talk for 3 days.
Ears every day.
The whole time, and I'm just screaming, like, yeah, it was pretty intense, but I think we kind of set the bar way too high.
Right.
Like, he's never gonna be happy at any other
No.
game
I
ever.
know James has been chomping at the bit to want to go to each game.
Yeah.
You know, either go to Denver.
Yeah, and see them, yeah.
They haven't gone yet.
Yeah, we did the whole thing, like, we kind of dedicated the day, we went in early for the tailgating and
Yeah.
he got to meet Steve Largent and got a signature, pictures, yeah, Largent was there signing autographs. Then we hung out by the tunnel and he stood right there and waited as players were coming in, he got like 3 different autographs.
Did he
He
really?
got a high five from Chris Pratt, cause Chris
Really?
Pratt was there,
Yeah.
cause he's from Seattle.
Yeah.
So he was kind of doing the intro and getting everybody fired up, but I could see Wells like leaning over, and then all of a sudden I see people with cameras and doing, and I'm like, which player is this?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I see he's got a shirt that says his jersey with Pratt on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Chris Pratt. And I was like, he just fired me. Oh, he was so excited. Like, yeah, he got like 3 signatures and it was cool because just sitting there watching him work out and stuff. And I had no idea that we were gonna, because we were right behind the goalpost.
Yeah.
So I had no idea. I was like, we bought those tickets back in like May. And I was like, well, it's Rams, it's Thursday Night Football. I didn't realize that they were gonna be tied for first in the NFC.
Yeah.
Like, man, it was
So
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, and we stayed right by the stadium. So we literally just walked out of the hotel,
Yeah.
walked across the street.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah, of course, and it was the first night of the new rivalry jerseys, so had to drop a ton of money at the team store. Well, at least we got him the new jersey and he got a hat, and of course they signed his hat. So then we're like, well, if you
Gotta
want to
get
keep
another
it, we gotta get another. And so all he had to order one. Because I'm like, if you want to keep it as a keepsake, you know, like Sharpie only lasts so long if you're
Right.
grabbing the bill every
Grabbing it.
time, but
Getting rained on.
yeah. But
All right,
yeah, it was
we'll go
really
ahead and
cool.
get started with Northwestern Slate. We have the claims here, we're still waiting on Michael. I don't know if you can answer any of the questions on what's left and what we need and why Otis.
That I cannot, Michael can. I just kind of jumped in yesterday and I'm gonna be working on kind of the closeout documents, the startup and O&M and all that stuff, but the financial stuff, I don't have privy to right now.
Okay, I guess we gotta wait.
Yeah, we were Brian told us, we were getting ready for like final walkthrough with Otis and the elevator and all that,
Slate.
and so we just haven't, it's been a month and we haven't heard
Yeah,
anything that's going on or seen anybody.
yeah, I reached out, Michael and I have both reached out, I've sent some emails and left a voicemail. The project manager for Otis is out until next week. So I'll kind of reconnect and kind of see where we're at. And work on getting that scheduled, getting the inspection scheduled and getting that, certification and everything so we can get that up and running. What I don't know 100% for sure on is, I know there was an issue with the wiring harness and the elevator recall going to the first floor instead of the basement. And I know I don't know if it's a temporary solution or if they've got a permanent, they were able to fix that, but I'm not 100% sure if the wiring harness has to still be replaced or not. It's one of the things I have to verify. But I need to, once I make contact with him, then I can notify you guys and let you know exactly where we're at with schedule and what's left.
So are we happy with him completing? Are we to pay this? Because what it was just a few pennies here and it was the mathematics part of it and was corrected. So I see no reason not to.
Yeah, I think that the main thing was we just want an update. I think we're good on paying. There was just questions and we kind of wanted to talk, and then when we were talking about the 1%, and then we figured it out because it didn't come to what it's, that's the whole thing.
Okay, so
The payment's fine, but what we're needing to do is figure out answers on the elevator.
Yeah.
We haven't heard nothing but money.
Yeah,
And what else needs to be completed and
yeah,
final walkthrough and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
Cause I'm not quite sure, there was some, Marvel stuff that was still had blamed or something about something.
Yeah, some marble
And I mean, there's just,
Yeah.
it's getting down to where there's a bunch of little stuff.
It's all the, yeah, it's all the punch list items. Yeah, I know there's the slabs of marble that are staged down outside that we gotta figure out what we're doing with.
And then
and
they were talking about the handicap area.
Yeah, the
stuff
ADA
like
and the
that.
concrete work and doing all that. He actually just pulled in. He should be coming in
Oh.
here in the next minute or two.
Yeah, and then I know, cause last time we talked to Ryan, it was probably middle of November
Yeah,
or
so they were
something
before
there.
Thanksgiving.
That's what he did inform us about the wiring harness then.
Yeah.
And they had waiting on Otis on something else too, cause they didn't,
Yeah,
there's something. Yeah.
Yeah.
seems like we're always waiting on notice.
Elevators and like.
Go ahead. I haven't,
Elena and Justine.
go ahead, Elena. We're still waiting on Michael. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
Elena Gagliano for the record as usual. Again, on the telephone, I don't know who's talking. There were no introductions. I don't know who's there.
We haven't
somebody by the
introduced
name of-
anybody,
excuse
cause he
me,
just came in, and I told you we're
excuse me.
still waiting on Michael. Now he just walked in, I'll let him, now that we can start talking to
What?
them, they will introduce themselves, so you know. You guys introduce yourselves.
Excuse me,
please.
you're asking for public comment. I didn't
No, I
ask you
didn't.
for anything. Now, allow me to finish if you don't mind. It's 10:05, 10 o'clock. I'm listening to conversation about what? Sports? And then you started talking about the contract or whatever this thing is that you were discussing. And so the application, whatever. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, 10 o'clock. Somebody is there talking about it. And there were no introductions as to who's talking about what. Good God. And by the way, one other thing. On the phone, people can call in like I'm doing now. I give my name. That's my correct name. There is no camera, but it's accepted. And the same thing as far as being on Zoom, because I didn't look at the recording and I don't see everybody on Zoom, especially one of the commissioners and the people that are there in the public attendance in person. We don't see them either when you look at the recording. And that's for the record. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our meeting. You guys wanna introduce yourselves, please?
I am Terry Moreland, project manager with TCS Northwest.
Michael Cleveland, general manager, TCS Northwest.
Right, well, we were talking about the claims and that, we got it figured out, so that's all good. So we'll go ahead and we can get the check out, I'll take it in, so she can get it to them. And then, I guess, yeah, we wanna talk about what's the less on the punch list and what we gotta get done, and then what's going on with this. This in, so we get done.
Okay, sounds good.
Righty, well, I got to get Penny and update and see, did that wire get fixed on the,
So I did get a hold of Otis on Christmas Eve. And they didn't give me an actual schedule, of course. I'm waiting on it this week from them to, because they still need to finish up the ladder and the elevator pit. I know that the wiring harness, they have it, so it's working right now, but I don't know if they were gonna switch something out at a later date. I'm trying to get that piece resolved, but
Just a second. Amanda, could you toggle up, please?
Yeah. If it'll work, it's kind of not working today, so. Nothing's working for me.
Will Smith.
Or can you?
It's
Is it not
not
working?
working, I'm sorry. Nothing's working.
okay, so,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, just that.
no worries. So yeah, the wiring harness is still being resolved, I believe, but it's not holding up the actual use of the elevator. The only thing that's really holding it up right now is that ladder. And when I talked to Matt, he didn't actually know where the ladder was. It's supposed to be getting shipped here, and then they'll install it and we can get our final inspection. So that's kind of where we're at on the Otis piece. Yeah, TCS, we're still finalizing some punch list stuff and finishing up some trim. And hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have most of the trim installed and it'll just be doing the rest of the punch list stuff. So we're real close on getting everything wrapped up and it's on our current lease list for this week to get the trim piece done. And as soon as I know something from Otis, I'll let you guys know, but we're pushing to try and get it running as soon as possible too, because it's just a working elevator.
There was something else we was asking,
I asked Miranda about the marble downstairs. I know there was a lot of discussion back and forth with Ryan and Slate. Do you guys want us to just store the marble downstairs? Did you want us to get rid of it? Or are we still trying to put it in somewhere?
I don't think we ever got that really answered to where we was gonna put it and then, or use it.
Right.
How much is left?
Well, we have the stalls and everything from the bathroom. I think Ryan talked about, there's a lot of apprehension in anybody doing anything with it, just because it's easily gonna crack and it's also been here and staying for the last 100 years.
Right.
So it's more yes, if we wanna try and do something with it, we can, but more than likely it's not gonna work out, so.
I don't think so. I think I just get rid of it. It's nothing like.
Yeah, I, in my opinion, that's probably the best solution to it. I don't think it's really salvageable with as much use as it's had over the years.
Cause I think he said